Hi everybody, this is going to be a video talking about your personal fitness plan, which is due. I'm actually changing the due date from Monday the 6th to Wednesday the 8th, so you can update that on your course organizer. It'll be due on Wednesday, April 8th, which is a week and a half away. It's pretty simple. All you're doing, well, I shouldn't say all you're doing. What you're doing is you are putting together a week-long personal fitness plan for yourself. And in this plan, you are to include your cardiovascular activity, your muscular strength and endurance activities, as well as your flexibility activities. Now, keeping in mind that whenever you're planning this, you are to be sure that you're meeting the PA guidelines. So this is exactly the same as what you put on your workout logs each week. And you need to be sure that your plan at least meets the minimum guidelines. If it does not, you will get points deducted. So let's go ahead and dig into this. So this first page is where you're going to be setting up your cardio plan. Now, this is a PDF document, but you can type on it. So in order to type on it, you're going to have to open up a text box. How do you do that? So I want to come up here to where this little markup toolbar is, and I want to click on that. Once I click on that, my toolbar comes up. Now, to create a text box, what you're going to do is click on this capital T, and it'll create a text box. It usually pops up in the middle of the page. And so in order to fill out all of this information, yes, you are going to have to do a separate text box for each one. But you would put your moderate training zones here. And in order to type in it, just click inside the box. It'll highlight text and you can start typing. Okay. And to come here, I'm going to create another text box. Yes, I know it's a little bit tedious, but that's how you have to do it. Okay. So creating a text box for each of these. So whenever I get ready to start my plan, I'm going to have to do the same thing. Create another text box, come down, warm up activities, click on it. I'm going to delete that. And let's say for my warm-up activities for day 1, 5 to 10 minute walk on treadmill. Okay, so let's just say that's my day 1 warm-up. You would do the same thing for day 2, day 3, day 4, for all of the days that you're working out. Okay, now, it says over here, time or distance. This 5 to 10 minutes, of course, would be my time. If I want to do distance, I would put distance here. This 5 to 10 minutes, you could, if you leave it here, that's fine. You can put it here. That's fine too. Okay. Now, if I wanted to change the font, you come here. You can change how big, you can bold, you can italicize, all of that you would be able to do on a Word document. You can do that here. You can change the color. You just have to click here in order to do all of that. Okay. So warm-up activities, time or distance, your training zones, the PA guidelines, that's what you're doing here. Now, when you get to this section here, this is where you're actually designing your cardio plan. So you, again, like I said, you have to meet the minimum requirements for your PA guidelines. So you create a text box to go here, and you're going to tell me what are your cardio aerobic activities for day 1? What is your intensity? What is your heart rate? Okay. What's the time or the distance? What time of day are you working out? And then what day? So for instance, let's say on this day, I am doing let's say I'm doing a HIIT workout that consists of 15, no, let's go 1 minute burpee, 1 minute jacks, 1 minute, 1 minute jog in place. Repeat 10 times. Okay. So let me move that so it is visible. So let's just say that's what I'm doing on day 1. Let's say my day 1 doesn't start until Tuesday. So in order to let me know that that's what day you're going to be working on, you're going to come here. I'm going to highlight T, and then you come up here to this little box. It's a highlighter, and you can choose whatever color you want. I'm going to choose purple because that's my favorite color, and it highlights it for you. Okay. So you're going to do the same thing for day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. So let's say I work out day 1, day 2, day 3. Let's say day 4, I'm tired. And that's allowed. Okay. So I'm going to put rest day. All right. And that's fine if you have a rest day. You can have up to 2 rest days in a week. No more than that. All right. I would come over here. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday would be my rest day. Okay. And I would pick back up on Saturday. Sunday, I could make Monday a rest day as well if I wanted to. So I hope this makes sense. I know it would make more sense if we were actually face to face, but this is as good as it gets right now. Okay. So backup activity in case weather is bad. So if you're planning to work out outdoors, which, you know, with the times that we're in right now, that is very likely, that you would be working out outdoors. But again, I want you to act like you have access to all of the gym equipment. Okay. But let's say, for instance, something happens and the gym closes. What's your backup activity in case weather is bad, in case your schedule changes, in case the gym closes? What type of backup activities do you have planned for these workouts that you're doing? Okay. And that's what you would put right here. So what are you going to be doing for your cool down activities? So for instance, if this is my HIIT workout for day 1, for a cool down for this, I would do something like maybe walking, just depending on where I am doing the HIIT workout. My cool down activities would consist of probably walking around for about 5 minutes and then do a little bit of light stretching. And also, depending on time, I may be doing stretching for flexibility. But usually for me personally, I like to do my flexibility stretching in the evening time. And then, of course, time or distance. So once you've created your plan, you're going to tell me how many minutes of moderate activity did you have for the week and vigorous. Muscular strength days per week equals what? Flexibility days per week equals what? Now, on here, you are not putting your muscular strength and flexibility workouts on this plan. There's a separate sheet for you to put that. What you can do. So let's say you do cardio on Monday. You can say, for instance, if you're not doing cardio and strength on the same day, you could simply say strength day and leave it at that. And then you would say Wednesday would be your strength day. And then you would go to your strength program and put what you're doing for your strength day. Okay. Now, keep in mind, cardio plan needs to meet the minimum guidelines. All right. But do not tell me what you're doing for your strength and flexibility on your cardio plan. So now let's go to the strength plan here. So you have your weight training plan and your flexibility plan on the same page. So you have legs, chest, back, shoulders, arms, bis and tris, and core. So those are all your major muscle groups that you're going to need to work each week. Okay. So let's say we said Wednesday was my strength day. I'm going to unhighlight that because I did that for another video. Okay. So let's say I'm going to start out my leg day with, let's say I start out with leg press or leg extension. I'm sorry. And you can abbreviate. That's fine. I'm going to go in and I'm going to change it to Arial just so it's more legible. And because this is my first exercise, instead of doing 3 sets like I would normally do, I'm going to do 4 because I'm incorporating a warm-up set. Okay. And let's say I'm going to do 4 sets of, let's see, 12 at, let's say I'm going to go at 90 pounds. And we know this is my first day. So let's say that that's going to be on Wednesday. Oh well, that's fine. And then let's say I want to do my next exercise. I want to do is squats. So let's say I do squats. Let's say I'm going to do, and what I did here, I copied and pasted. So I copied and then I pasted here. Okay, so that way I didn't have to do another text box because that's going to be the same. So I'm going to do 4 sets of, and I'm going to keep it the same. I'm going to copy and paste there. So 4 sets of 12 repetitions. And it's not going to be any weight because I'm not going to use any weight. What I'm going to do is put BW for body weight. Okay. And that's all going to be on Wednesday. Okay. So you may do chest and tricep on a separate day together. You may do back and bicep on a separate day together. I'm going to let you decide which muscle groups you're going to be working on what days. Don't forget core. Okay. Now, again, keeping in mind that you want to do strength exercises, weight training exercises at least 2 to 3 times per week. And if you're only going twice a week, you need to get all of these major muscle groups worked in those 2 days. And be sure that you are actually putting exercises that work the muscles that you're trying to work. So I wouldn't put under chest, I wouldn't put lat pull down because that doesn't work my chest. If you do that, I'm going to take off points. If you're having issues or you don't remember, please refer to chapter 7 in your book, and it gives you in the back of that chapter a list of exercises for each of these muscle groups. Flexibility, going to be the exact same thing as weight training and cardio. The only difference is you're going to put time held, the number of sets you're doing for each stretch, and the time held. Okay. If you don't remember what stretches you could do for each of these, chapter 8, in the back of chapter 8, and it'll give you exercises that you can do to stretch out each of these muscle groups. Okay. So that's part 2. Now, the last part is the questionnaire. Okay. So it's your action plan, actually. So again, you're going to create a text box and you're going to tell me what are the benefits, the pros of regular participation in a fitness, cardiovascular strength flexibility program. And this is in your own words. What have you learned thus far about designing a cardiovascular strength flexibility program and how it can benefit you. You're just going to type that there. Okay. What is a SMART goal for the next month? And I want this to be something that's realistic for you for the month of April. What are you going to do in relation to this? Okay. Now, what is a possible barrier that you might face in pursuing your goal? Okay. What would that possible barrier be? The possible barrier could be not having access to facilities. The barrier could be, not having equipment at home. A barrier could be the weather. What is the barrier? And then you're going to give me 2 strategies or techniques that you're going to use to overcome the barrier. Okay. So number 4, resources. What are some fitness resources and where can you get them? I want you to be very specific. Who could you turn to? I would be an option. Okay. If you don't want to talk to me, who else could you talk to? Preferably someone who is well versed in the field of health, fitness, and wellness. What type of equipment? What type of technology? With the times that we're in right now, with everybody being home, using apps on your cell phone, using YouTube, all of that is definitely something that you want to consider. The next part is where. Where could you find these resources? Okay, pretty self-explanatory. Moving on, your plan of action. What is your plan of action to accomplish your SMART goals? What are the steps, strategies, and techniques that you personally are going to use in order to accomplish your SMART goal? And you're just listing those there. Okay. You're going to list at least one tool that you will use to evaluate your effort and whether you are reaching your SMART goal. So what tool are you going to use to evaluate your efforts? So for instance, if your goal is to lose a certain amount of weight by the end of April, a tool you could use is pretty obvious, which is a scale. Maybe BMI, that's something that you can calculate at home. So if your goal is to bring your BMI down or even to gain weight, bring your BMI up, you could use the BMI scale that's in the book in order to, determine whether or not you are on the right path to reaching your SMART goal. How are you going to stay motivated and focused? What are you going to use? Who are you going to use in order to help you to stay motivated and focused on your goal? For me, it would be, something along the lines of, I have something that I want to fit into. Okay. And what I may do, if that's the case, if I have something I want to fit into, I will hang that up on the closet door so that way I can have a visual of it every single day. Or I may write my goal down and I may put that goal in a place where I can see it every single day, such as my bathroom mirror or on my refrigerator or on my pantry. So that way when I go into the refrigerator, I'm not going and grabbing something that I know is not going to benefit me when it comes to reaching my goal. That's if my goal is to lose weight. If that's not your goal, then you may have other things, strategies that you're going to use to help you to stay motivated. And this is just a little note for you. After 1 to 4 weeks, you may need to make adjustments if needed, especially after 4 weeks. If you're not seeing any adjustments or any changes, then that means that, you need to look at your plan and see, okay, number one, am I really following through with the plan and what it is that I said I'm going to do? Do you still value the goal? What part of my action plan is not working? And maybe I can tweak it a little bit in order to start seeing results. And re-examining your goal statement and proceed, with the action plan process again, making adjustments as needed. So that could very well happen. That's happened to me on quite a few occasions where I've had to go and reevaluate what my goal was, make some adjustments to my action plan, and that's totally okay if that happens. Um, it's just a learning lesson for all of us. And, if it happens, like I said, that's okay. And if you're seeing great results after 4 weeks, great. Then keep doing what you're doing. But if not, you want to go back and reevaluate what it is that you're doing. So I hope that this makes sense. And if not, please don't hesitate to reach out and email me and let me know, hey, this is still not making sense. Again, this is due on Wednesday, April the 8th. Make that adjustment in your course organizer, okay, by 11:59 p.m. You're designing this program as if you have access to a weight room and a cardio room and whatever equipment that you would possibly need to design a workout program that is for you. Okay, now I don't want to see you using programs that are made by somebody else or that you got off of the internet. I want you to use your brain and really focus on, okay, what activities do I like to do and how could I incorporate these activities into my fitness program? Okay, so this is something that is designed specifically for you by you. Okay, so again, if you have questions, reach out to me and I will be in touch with all of you soon. Talk to you later.